Good afternoon, my friends. This is Paul, and I am so excited to be reviewing to you Cruis and Blast for the Nintendo Switch. I used to love the cruising games when I played them on the Nintendo 64 and in the arcades. They were so arcadey and full of high-speed thrills. They weren't trying to be a simulation or trying to compete with Mario Kart. They were just trying to give you raw thrills, which is interesting because that's the name of the developers that made this game. So yes, despite what it might look like, this isn't made by Activision or EA. It's just a company that wants you to just have fun racing. And one of the things that struck me the most about Cruis and Blast was how much it lovingly recreated an arcade experience. And that might be because the original Cruis and Blast came out in arcades in 2017, and so the Switch version came out 5 years later to allow you to take that experience wherever you want without constantly dumping in quarters. Now, the premise is that you play as one among 10 racers and you're trying to get to the finish line. You have the option to play a single track. You have all of the arcade tracks unlocked right away, but you'll also get various cups where you do 4 in a row. And rather than being arbitrarily named like they are in Mario Kart, like Mushroom Cup, because why not? We can't think of anything better. The names of the cups often relate to what all of the tracks have in common. This first track that you're seeing, for example, is called the Night Tour, because every level takes place during the night. Then there's the Prehistoric Tour, where there's a lot of dinosaurs around, and it's just really neat how they keep coming up with these different themes. One downside to this is that a lot of the tracks seem like they're recycled, like you see the same tracks again but with a different theme. But a lot of times that's what makes cruising so fun, is that it doesn't try to be the most realistic simulator. It doesn't try to do accurate portrayals of these real-world locations. You might be driving along having the time of your life, and then the ground just blasts open beneath you and you're soaring through a chasm. Or you might see a dinosaur try to eat you. Or, in one of my favorite instances, if you hit one of your opponents enough, they not only are set back, but they explode. And so overall the game rewards you for trying to bump into your opponents. And it feels very satisfying when you can see them obliterated and your position goes up on the number. Now, if you're wondering what the blast means in the title, it's based on 2 maneuvers that allow you to get high speed. Whether or not this was in the original cruising games, I don't really remember. It's been quite a while since I've last played them. But you have the option to drift around turns, which is a lot easier than it sounds, because the car oftentimes does a good job of staying in place and responding subtly to the control stick's movements. Considering how much I hate the Joy-Con controllers, I think this is an impressive feat indeed. And if you can keep the boost going for long enough, unlike Mario Kart, the game gives you a meter for how long you need to give a maximum boost, then you'll get, well, a boost. Then the additional way is if you purchase nitro cartridges. Now these, contrary to what you might expect from games like Asphalt 9 Legends, all of the things that you purchase in this game are done with in-game money. There are no microtransactions, no DLC required. In fact, the money is very easy to obtain. Sometimes it's even just waiting for you on the tracks. This game also has a lot to keep completionists busy. There are lots of cars to unlock, even if I personally think that the one I started out with was by far the best. But hey, if you want to race as a Triceratops, for example, then that'll keep you busy to keep going. There are keys that you can find in each track that encourage replay value, and those are also how you unlock the different racers. As you complete more cups, you'll get different varieties of tracks, and there's a decent amount of stuff. It's not huge, it's not like Smash Brothers levels of content, but it'll certainly keep players busy for a while. Now, I'm not really sure if this game has online multiplayer or not, as I didn't have anyone to test this with, and even if I did, I don't think I'd really like the multiplayer mode a whole lot if I was playing with online randos. Those people tend to be overly good at these games, and I feel like I don't even stand a chance. But if the option is there, that would be cool. But you guys all know me by now. I hardly ever take online matches into account for these reviews because Nintendo Switch Online is so subjective. Hey, but the expansion pass for Nintendo Switch Online is coming out soon, as of the time of this recording, sometime within the month. So Maybe Nintendo will improve their servers, and then I'll have an excuse to try more of these games online. Overall, I think Cruis and Blast is a phenomenal game. It does a great job of taking what I loved about the arcades and translating it to the Switch. It even has the ability to have rumble and tilt steering if you really want to replicate the arcade experience. And, taking cue from Mario Kart 8, you can even do auto acceleration so you don't have to keep having your thumb against the A button. Overall, I give Cruis and Blast a high recommendation if you're into racing games that don't take themselves too seriously and you just want a nice, wonderful time without having to worry about part customization or microtransactions or any of that nonsense. I really hope that I can visit an actual Cruis and arcade cabinet sometime because it's been so long since I went to the arcade. But for now, it's really great that I can take this wherever I want and even play it on my bed if I want to. So with that, thank you very much for watching. If I left out anything or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or critiques, please let me know down in the comments section. And until the next time, keep the faith, stay epic, God bless, and it only took me 2 takes to do this. I'm on a roll now. Bye.
First place.